Okay, guys, today I'm going to talk about the attack on the children because somebody needs to. And I'm going to call attention to the fact that the black children, sorry, somebody's got to say this, the black children are under attack. And apparently it seems to be by either Black Lives Matter movement and or Antifa, but sadly enough, the black children in the black community are being not only attacked but are being killed. How many children under the age of 12 have just been shot? People not dying of cancer, not dying of some horrific disease, not accidentally, not something in the home. These children are being shot. Children as young as 3, 7, 8, 10 are being shot by other black people during riots and stupidity. And if you check out my yesterday's video, it's supposed to all be behind, all this started behind George Floyd. And I'm gonna tell you what, I don't believe George Floyd even happened. I don't believe Ground Zero even happened. I don't believe there ever was a George Floyd. I believe it was all a ruse and bull, but I'm not gonna get off into that because I already made that video. Go check that video out. It's the one that's gonna be right under this one. But anyway, I want to keep on topic. I want to talk about the children in the black community that are being attacked. Because from the littlest, 3 years old, shot and killed. No one had jack crap to say about that. Al Sharpton didn't show up. None of the NFL players had anything to say. None of the Hollywood superstars, none of the NBA, no TV actors, no Black Lives Matter. Nobody had anything to say about these poor, precious children who were gunned down. And I'm asking myself, why is the black community, why is Black Lives Matter attacking its future? Why is that? Why are you attacking the children? And not just children, not just kids, but there are teenagers involved too. And I won't sit here and pretend to know the statistics and the numbers go figure that out for yourself. I've always said I don't speak facts and I don't have the exact amount of numbers. But if you've been watching the news and you've been keeping up with the BS that's going on, then you know. And if you haven't, go search it, go Google it, go find out. The children, there's been at least 7 in the last 2 weeks that have been gunned down under the age of 12. 7 babies. 7 distraught families, 7 dead children, 7 futures lost. And not one Antifa, not one Black Lives Matter member stands up for these children. Nobody's hollering, say their name, say their name. Nobody's, no. I don't even think they know their names. don't think they care. No Al Sharpton anywhere to be found. Al Sharpton came in at supposed ground zero and did his little fa la la la, because, you know, he got his dead presidents, and he got ghosted. And there's not a single black life that has passed since supposed ground zero that he showed up for, sent a note to, made a phone call for, delivered a postcard, not a goddamn thing, because, you know, the rest of these people don't have dead presidents to put in his pocket, so he ain't showing up. And you know, Al, if you got a flipping problem with what I'm saying, call this white girl, Al. Call me, because I got a problem with what you're doing. And it's not about race. We can have this discussion, because you don't intimidate me, Al. You don't intimidate me. So anyway, I want to speak on behalf of these children, and so are other people. Other people are standing up for these children through the black community and the white community. You know, these children should not be forgotten. These children should not be brushed to the side because mainstream media is not going to talk about it, because, oh my God, they were killed by the black people. So, and I don't understand that. For some reason, when a black man shoots a black baby, it's okay. It's no big deal. It's okay. We're not going to shoot that on the news. We're not going to talk about it. It's okay. When a black man rapes a black baby, when a black man beats a black baby, when a black man beats a black woman, when a black woman beats a black baby, when it's black on black, it's okay. It's their own. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Or is it? And I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to be called a racist. And today the word racist holds absolutely no validity, so I just don't give a crap. And I don't care what you call me. Guys, come up with a new word, because seriously, the word racist has absolutely no validity anymore. And I almost wear racist as a badge of honor, because when someone calls you a racist, it absolutely means that you're A, not following their point of view, and B, you're not falling in line and buying the rhetoric bullshit that they're trying to sell. But anyways, getting back to the original topic of these babies and black on black crime, I'm going to tell you my opinion of why black on black crime is not made a mainstream media focus. And here it is. Novel concept. Because it happens too damn often. I said it. Oh my God, the white girl said it. Yes, I said it. If the mainstream media was to record and do a story every flipping time black on black crime happened, it would be an all-day, everyday event. I mean, it would go blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't have time to give you anything else. They would not have time to give you anything else, because that is how often black on black crime happens, and I'm not bullshitting you. That is how often black men are abusing black women. That is how often black men are shooting black babies. That is how often black women are abusing black children. That is how often a black person kills another black person. I shit you not. the mainstream media would not have time to focus on anything else. We wouldn't have time to focus on the riots. We wouldn't have time to focus on the weather. We wouldn't have time to focus on these statues. We wouldn't have time to focus on any damn thing else. We would not have time to focus on anything else. And that is the sad part, because the truth of the matter is, these crimes occur more than the mainstream media can keep up with. Black on black crime is a plague in this country. Black on black hate is a plague in this country. And it's funny how they want to shove it off on the white man. And it's absolutely hilarious. And yes, I said hilarious. How Antifa and Black Lives Matter is working together to cause segregation and separation. And at this point, the Black Lives, Black Panthers don't need these white liberals, Antifa / KKK members anymore, so they're starting to get rid of them. And go back in my videos maybe a month ago, but go back, because I said this too before, that as soon as the black face doesn't need you anymore, they're gonna turn on your lily white asses too. I said that. Here is something I learned a long time ago, guys. When you want to know, and I'm going to say this from a female perspective because I'm a female. When you want to know how a man is going to treat you, observe how he treats his mother. When you want to know how a man is going to treat you, observe how he treats his sister. When you want to know how your boyfriend is going to treat you, observe how he treats his grandmother. Here's the thing, guys. If you want to know how Black Lives Matter is going to treat you, observe how they treat each other. Oh my God, the white girl said it. Common damn sense is not common enough in our country anymore. It's not. Here's the deal, guys. The black community hates on the black people who have made it. And explain this to me. Now, here's something I really want to understand. Why is it as soon as a black person starts to make it, why is it when a black person's income increases, they start saving to move the hell up out of that neighborhood? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Someone comment below if I'm saying anything that is not true. But why is it as soon as a black person starts to become successful, they start to save their money so they could get the hell up out of that community, the hell up out of that neighborhood? Do they come back and invest money in that neighborhood? Hell no. I've heard black people talk about how I wouldn't dare go back to that community because they call me Uncle Tom, they call me a coon, they call me a house Negro, they call me this, they do me a that. I wouldn't donate a dime to that community because here's what they did. But yet, you want the white man to hand you something on a silver goddamn platter. You can't take care of your own. And you need us, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're letting Black Lives Matter tell you. You're letting this organization tell you that you need us. Which I just totally don't believe that crap at all. But the narrative that they're selling and you're buying is you can't make it without the white man. You need them to hand you something on a silver platter. They need to give you their houses. They need to bow down to you. They need to submit to you. You need them to apologize so you can feel good about yourself. What the hell? Why is it they're selling to you that you need us? Like you have no inspiring heroes to look up to. Like you have absolutely no black heroes, no inspiring people that you could possibly look up to. So you just absolutely need the white man to make you feel good about yourself and to make you feel like you're something and to make you think that you are worthy, because you cannot accomplish this on your own. Why is Black Lives Matter selling that? And why are they killing off the children? Why are they killing off the future? Why are they attacking the babies? Why? They've gone from attacking the babies in the womb to attacking the babies on the street. Not one single, and this I did look up, and y'all feel free to look it up too. Not one single black child that was killed within the last 2 to 3 weeks that is under the age of 12 was killed by a white person. And that's why the mainstream media won't cover it. That's why nobody's hollering, say their name, say their name. They're not important. Because they fell under the statistic of, sorry, you were killed by your own. Had they fell under the statistic of being killed by a white cop, or even by a white person, or even a light person that could pass for white, then, we'd be tearing down monuments and we'd be lighting up targets and we'd be breaking into people's houses all in that child's name. First off, people, go back and do your research and you come to your own conclusion about the George Floyd ground zero bullshit of all this crap. Because like I said, I don't think George Floyd even happened. I don't think it was a thing. I don't think it happened. I don't believe that there was a George Floyd. And like I said in my one video, why is it he had hair by the bank when they first arrested him, but then by the cruiser when they were kneeling on him, he was bald-headed and had on a different shirt. But anyway, that's another video that you can check out under this one. Back to the children. Why is nobody rioting for them? Why are we not having news coverage of their little funerals? These precious little human beings didn't live long enough to know or understand whether they were black, white, green, purple, male, or female. 3-year-old child has absolutely no understanding of whether he's black or white or Jewish. And at 3 years old, not only does he not need that understanding, he doesn't need that caring. At 3 years old, he needs to be playing with his Tonka trucks, his dolls, his whatever the hell turns him on, because it is what it is. My boys played with Tonka trucks and had makeovers and got their nails done, and they're not gay. So let me tell you something. If your son wants to play with a doll, just remember, one day he's going to be a father, So he needs to learn how to nurture that baby as much as any girl does. And if a girl wants to play with a Tonka truck, she's going to have to learn how to drive and have a job and take care of herself someday. So, you know, just because your children want to play with something doesn't determine their sex or their sexuality. And let me tell you something. When you're 3 years old, that shouldn't even be an issue. But when you're 3 years old, it also shouldn't be an issue or a worry of, am I gonna be shot and killed if I go outside to play? Why is the children, why is the future being attacked? Black Lives Matter. Why are they being snuffed out? And just as importantly, Black Lives Matter. Why aren't those children's lives being celebrated and mourned? And memorialized as much as George Floyd's? How do we lose an 8-year-old child who had no clue that she was crossing some stupid ass imaginary barrier set forth by someone who had no authority, no power, no legal rights? How was this child to know she was doing wrong? And not only was she doing wrong, but she was doing imminently, deathly wrong. How was she to know? And why is there no outrage for this child? And I'm sure I won't get an answer because I'm white and, you know, white people don't matter. But the sad part is black people are asking the same question as well as the parents. And I've heard a lot of black people mention it. I've also heard the parents mention it, and I just thought from the white side I'd let them know that we care, and I offer, you know, my condolences, and I'm sure other people from the white community will offer their condolences as well, because we do not condone this. We do not uphold this. We do not see this as a victory. We do not think this is good. And we do offer our condolences to all the children lost, the teenagers, the babies. And as sad as it is, the only advice I can offer to the rest of you parents in the black community, especially apparently in Chicago, is to keep your babies close. Keep them inside. Do not turn your back on them. If you can stay home, stay home. Don't let them don't let the children play in the yard. And I know it's sad to say that. It's sad to have to say that. You know, my own son, 17 years old, wants to walk to Family Dollar, which is about 7-8 blocks away from my house. He wants to walk to the Family Dollar down the street. And I've had to tell him no. Because I don't trust that, you know, a passing SUV full of black people, black guys to be specific, wouldn't jump out and beat him down in the street just because he's walking alone being white. And I'm sorry that that's how I have to feel, but that's what the world is making me feel. And that's what Antifa and Black Lives Matter want us to all feel. And so for the safety of my son, I do not allow him to go out and walk the streets. So now we do still go out, but we go out as a family in a car, and we don't travel alone, and we travel heavily armed because we're in a constitutional state where we can do that. But anyway, back to the point of the matter is black community in Chicago is messed up as it is for me to say. Don't let your children play outside, because apparently it is a health hazard. It is a life or death risk when you decide to allow your children to go play outside. So that's just something to consider. And it's up to you if you want to do it. I venture to say that the way the world's going right now, that is when you do decide to allow your children to go play out in the backyard or the front yard, that especially in Chicago, but it is happening in other places in the country, that you're gambling with their lives. You're gambling with their lives. And if you think I'm bullshitting, feel free to Google deaths of children under 10 in the last 2 weeks. What were they doing? They were playing outside. They were playing on the sidewalk. They were playing in their yard. Except for the one who accidentally crossed a barrier. The rest of them were playing in their yard, playing on the sidewalk, just outside being kids. And apparently you can't do that today. So I'm going to end this note on heartfelt condolences to the families of the children who were lost in the last 2 weeks. And God bless you guys. I just lost a grandson, so I know how very hard it is to lose a child. And my heart goes out to you guys.